Hey, fifth grade, and welcome to another week of music. Last week we talked about theme and variation form, and it's where, remember, it had the Simple Gifts theme that we heard first, and then we heard how the composer Aaron Copland took that theme and then created several variations on the theme. But remember, with theme and variations form, the theme must always be recognized. So it's not going to be hidden in any way. It's going to be, it'll sound different in that there may be different instruments playing, and maybe different dynamics, different tempos, but you should always be able to recognize the theme. So we're going to go back just a little bit and talk about form in general. So you should know several different kinds of form now. So this is going to be the form episode with Quaver. And you're going to go over AB form, ABA form. We talk about verse and refrain, which is basically verse chorus. And then he'll talk about theme and variations. And then after you watch this episode, we'll go on here. This is just something I'll do with the in-person students. We'll just kind of go over what they just watched in the video. And then this is what we talked about last week with theme and variations, was basically the main theme. The main thing is that theme continues to come back and be repeated, and it's not going to be different section. That's why when we label it, remember, we always label sections in form with letters. And so you're going to have theme A, your variation then would be A1. It's not going to be B. Because it is the same theme, just presented it in a different way. So what you're going to do this week for your assignment is you're going to use the videos from some of the movies of Harry Potter. So you know there's several Harry Potter movies, but the Harry Potter theme, one of the themes, is carried through all of the movies, but presented in different ways by the composer. And so you're going to listen to this. Now the one that pops up here shows variation 3. Now it's going to give you just a little snippet in each movie. See, it's not long, but you can go back and rewind if you need to hear it again. But your assignment today is, first of all, you're going to take the theme, which will be the first thing that plays. And just like this one shows you who plays the melody, is the melody the same as before? What are the strings doing? All of those questions it's asking are supposed to get you thinking about what you're hearing in the background. So those are some clues for you. But you're going to take the theme first, and you need to write what you're hearing. So I would get a sheet of paper and just write down what you hear. Make sure you hear at least 3 things in each one. Then you'll go on to variation 1 and see what you hear there. Don't write exactly what's on the screen, and make sure, don't just write tempo. Make sure you say, what do you mean about the tempo? The tempo is faster, the tempo is slower. The tempo is very fast, or it starts off slower and then it gets faster and faster. So you don't have to do complete sentences, but just make sure you're not just like tempo, dynamics, okay? So you're going to do that for each of the variations that are listed. And the way you're going to do that this week is in Schoology. So let me come out of this. You'll go through and listen to the Harry Potter themes there. And again, you can go back as many times as you want. But it says you're going to go to Schoology to your music course. We haven't done this in a while, but that's where you're going to complete your exit ticket this week. You're going to click on this week. Remember the circle, this week. You're going to open the exit ticket and answer the questions and submit. There's a bucket variation activity using sticks, which you don't have to have a bucket, but use something that's just extra. That's not required. That is just an extra activity we'll do with the in-person students. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go over to Schoology. So I'm going to open mine real quick. And you'll go to your 5th grade course in your course dashboard in Schoology. And then remember, you're going to go to this week. Running a little slow. There we go. You're going to click on this week, and right now while I'm doing the video, it says unpublished because I haven't published it yet. But once you get to it, it will be there. And then you'll see this, and it says write out your answers using complete thoughts. In other words, you don't have to do complete sentences, but you must have 3 examples from each variation. What do you notice about the dynamics, tempo, tonality, mood, articulation, the orchestra? What instruments are featured? Texture, are there lots of instruments or is there a soloist feature? So there's some things for you to think about. Now, you're going to start the attempt. And it says, describe what you hear in the main theme. Include 3 characteristics. And there's those examples again. Again, don't just write tempo changed. Tell me how the tempo changed. Or it got louder, that's fine. But make sure that you're giving me a little bit more information. Then the second question, what are 3 characteristics you notice about variation 1? And the rest of the questions are exactly the same. Variation 1, 2, 3, 4, and variation 5. And once you finish that, you are done. You will finish, and then you'll submit it, and that's it for this week for music class. If you have any questions, make sure you contact me. But again, you're watching the form video, then you're going to watch the variation clips from Harry Potter. And while you're watching the video, go ahead and have a sheet of paper out and write what you're hearing, just everything you hear the first time. Then you may want to go listen to it again and see if you can pick up something else. But find 3 things for each one. Go type it in that exit ticket in Schoology, and then make sure you submit, and then that's it for this week. I hope you have a great week. Bye-bye.